Hello, fellow wine lovers, and welcome to Wine with Me. I'm your host, Emerick, and today we'll be looking at Bella Union Cabernet Sauvignon from the Napa Valley 2016. To keep things fair and objective, I will be utilizing the Court of Master Sommeliers tasting grid, which you can also follow along by clicking in the link in the description. If you wish to suggest a wine for the next video, feel free to leave your comment in the comment section down below. You can also reach me through Instagram or Twitter. Let's go and jump right into it. Okay, so this is a red wine with a deep concentration, somewhat hazy, can't really see much through it. The core is dark ruby with a day brightness to the wine. It sparkles a bit with the light. And somewhat of a rim variation going to a lighter ruby. There is a moderate staining of the glass and heavy tearing. There is no sign of gas or sediment in this wine. Let's go to the nose. Okay, the wine is clean. There is, however, a sense that this wine is aging a little bit faster than I thought it would. After all, it's only 3 years old, but I'm getting a sense of developing characteristics on this wine. The fruit are usually black and blue. Examples are blackberries, black cherries, black plum, black currant, prunes, again with that aging characteristic, that developing characteristic. The fruit tends to be a little more resinated. Somewhat of a blueberry characteristic as well, but the black fruit is dominating. Side by side with the fruit, there is a characteristic of earth and non-fruit components. It's somewhat dusty. There is a dry earth characteristic to this wine. Imagine you smelling a box of dried mushrooms. That's what I'm getting here. Dried mushrooms, tobacco leaves, cigar box. There is there's a lot happening in this wine, as in you have this ripe fruit that you first get in the nose, then the earth elements come in with the mushroom, the tobacco. There are some dried leaves as well, dried rose petals, some smoky grilled elements such as grilled bell peppers. There is a vegetal component here, a little bit green. Like I said, that bell peppers comes across. However, it's not really fresh. It's somewhat of that grilled. Imagine you're in the grill on a hot day in the summer and you put that bell pepper in there and you let it grill for a little bit. That smell is what I'm getting. There's also some sense of baking spices. So I'm looking at allspice, cinnamon, clove, vanilla, which indicates the use of oak in this wine. As we know, Napa Valley is known for using oak barrels in their Cabernet Sauvignon, so it comes to no surprise. Let's go to the palate. The wine is dry, but the ripeness of the fruit helps balance out the dryness of the wine with a mellow character for the fruit. The fruit remains the same, as in black and blue, mostly dominated by black fruit, blackberry, black cherry, plum, black currant, prunes, raisins. There's a little bit of a more desiccated element again, like figs, dried figs. The earth component is there also. Still not as dusty as it was on the nose. On the palate, it becomes a little more refined, and it goes from, like I said, like dried earth, it goes to more potting soil, wet, humid, black soil, fresh mushrooms, a little more condensed, forest floor, decaying leaves. There's this wet, fresh cigar leaves, humidor. There's a lot happening here where it always gives me the sense of a little more humid, earthy characteristics. That bell pepper comes a little more on the palate, which is very natural. Cabernet Sauvignon is one of the grapes that will show this bell pepper characteristic. Sometimes it comes as bell pepper, sometimes as jalapeno peppers. It will vary, as we will see in future wines. But everything is really well balanced. There are no elements that are really dominating the palate. The spices are still prominent. You still get nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, clove, vanilla, indicating the use of oak. However, this is a wine that the oak has been used just as salt in fine dine cuisine. Too much salt will spoil the food, as too much oak will spoil a wine. This wine has not been spoiled. The oak has been used in a proper amount to let the fruit shine and to let the earth components shine. Structure-wise, this wine has high tannins, however, of a velvety texture. They're not at all harsh. They're more like black tea that has been steeped for a little bit too long, and you put a dash of lemon to cut the tannins off, or you put a little bit of milk to cut the tannins out. So again, velvety, soft tannins, but quite present. They really drive the finish. It has been quite a bit since I took the last sip, and I still get the tannin present in my mouth. Acidity. There's a bright acidity in the front of the wine that gets your salivary glands working, perfect for food pairing. And it drives the wine, it drives the finish quite a bit. It's still there. As you can see, I'm still masticating as I'm trying to clear my mouth of all of that acidity. So I would say medium plus. So tannins high, acidity medium plus. Alcohol, I would say high, as in 14.5, 15%. I have not looked as usual. I do not do any research on the wine prior to the videos because I want to give you my honest impressions, and it's the same case in here. Body, this is a full body wine with a round texture, a creamy texture. This is a chewy wine. The finish is long, high complexity, as we named so many things throughout this tasting. And it's a wine that is very versatile. However, due to the elevated alcohol content, I would stay away from spicy foods just because alcohol enhances the capability of the tasting buds to capture the spice, the heat of the food. This would go perfectly with a fatty steak with something that has enough fat molecules to bind to the tannins so that you taste more of that fruit in your palate. Well, this has been it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drink responsibly, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.